Live. Hello, everyone. Alex Ward here. I am the proud broker owner of MaxWell Devonshire Realty, and today we're going to go over how to business plan your business. This is meant more for real estate professionals, but could also be used for mortgage professionals. Today we're going to be going over a business planning tool that honestly should be used in some form or another by everyone within the industry to help you better track what you're currently doing and better help you plan for your future years. So without taking too long, let's get right into it. Let me just share my screen here. So this is an Excel spreadsheet. That's where we're going to be starting. So this here is just a generically filled out one. I can definitely provide you, if you'd like a copy of it, just email me. Put your email in the link below in a comment or anything like that. Of course, you can follow us on YouTube at MaxWell Devonshire Realty or our brokerage page, MaxWell Devonshire Realty, for more content and information and more training videos like this one. So let's get started first. So the first thing you have here is just your home page. What you'd like to do, switch it to yourself. So this is just where your name is going to go. After that, all you change are the green sections. So here we have the year 2021. Let's just say your goal, instead of 120,000, this year you were really wanting to push yourself and your goal was 156,000. Right? You don't touch anything else up until you get down here. The beauty of this, it's going to help you track 2 or 3 important categories which really help define your business. So, and how to grow your business. So the first thing we need to know is, how many listing ends versus buying ends do you typically do in a year? So let's just say you are more of a listing agent. So you're actually 60% of your sales come from listings, 40% of your deals come from buyers. Of your listings, you sell 80% because you still have a few of those that go stale or price adjustments needed, and then you need to relist. Then, on how many listing appointments do you go on to get a listing? So if you went on 10 listing appointments, how many listings of those 10 would you anticipate getting? So let's say you're a pro and you get 85%. Now, out of your buyer presentations, how many buyer presentations do you need to do to get a buyer to actually sign with you and close? I'm going to put that at 90%. So 90% of the time when you see a buyer or meet a buyer, you are getting a sale. Now, the average price here in the Edmonton market is just under 400,000. So we're going to actually increase this to 7,850. Right? So then the next one is, how many weeks off a year do you want to take? Let's say you want to be able to take at least a full month or 1 week every quarter off. So we'll go 48 weeks. Now, as you can see, these numbers have adjusted. So you need 20 transactions at an average of 7,850 per sale. You need 12 listings, 8 buyer. You need to take 15 listings to get your 12 sold. You need to do 18 listing appointments. You need 9 buyer appointments. So you need a total of 26 appointments throughout the year, which is a goal of 1 every 2 weeks. Seems very attainable, right? When you break it down, you just have to go on 1 meeting every 2 weeks to get that. On average, a really high producer will need to only talk to about 5 people to get an appointment. So it's about a 20% close rate. A newer person or someone that isn't as high producing will probably have to talk to 8 to 10 people to be able to get 1 appointment. So then you now know, to get 1 appointment every 2 weeks, you just need to meet with either 5 or 10 people in that 2-week period. Now, so this is your main stage. This is going to set the stage for the rest of the program. Again, all we do is change the green numbers. We do not change anything else other than what's in green. So if you're on a split, so let's just say you're with us and you're on our 100% plan, then you can put that in there. What's your percentage of deals that actually close? Up here in Canada and Alberta, our close rate is incredibly high. We don't have too many people that fall apart on the deal after they've removed conditions. Typically up here, once condition removal is done, it's a done deal. If you want to adjust it, you can put 98%, but typically you're safe to go for the majority of your time with 100%. So now you've seen here, it doesn't really change too much. It just gives you a better idea of everything. These are already pre-filled because I've have them pre-filled in other sections, which we'll go into in a little bit. That will then change and then go back in here, and then you can see the difference. Right, so database contacts, so your goal, what's your goal for the year? So if your goal is to increase to 100, so let's just do this math. If you need to add 5 people to your database to get 1 appointment, right, and you need 26 appointments, then your simple math would be timesing 26 by 5 to tell you the number of people that you need in your database. So that would be 130. So you need 130 people in your database to be able to achieve your goal. So now let's go into the quarter number 1. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more here so you guys have a better opportunity to see this. So this is where those stats were coming in. So we're just going to take these out, come over here. So this is your source. This is going to go through everything. So you're probably not going to get too many actually from ice cream, but you might get it from, if you're on, our brokerage has a lead generation program called Sync. So you could just put Sync, right? Then pizza, so then if you want to change this to relocation company, right? So then you have your friend, your referral from a friend, your referral from other, past client, repeat. Open houses right now are a little harder to do, but you can generate this once you're able to do an open house, on-site lead. Were you farming? Is it a friend doing it? Side call, other, and then buyer and listing transaction. So this is for quarter 1. So let's just say that we wrote the deal on January 4, 2021. Property address is Fake Street. Sale price was $400,000. Closing date is going to be April 30th, 2021. Seller's name is fake name. Your commission was $8,000. Source of business. So let's just say this was a repeat client and they were a listing transaction. So they've now sold their house, means they probably need to buy a house with you. So let's just say January 11th, so a week later, they bought at some other street, but this time they bought a $700,000 home, which is closing on April 25th. So it's still fake name. Your commission on this one, I should have picked a simpler math one, but let's just do this. So let's just say 12,500. So then again, we're a pass repeat client, but this time it was a buyer's transaction. Now at the same time, so then this is broken down to January, February, and March. So let's say in February, '18th, 2021, this street, sale price was $350. closing date, May 6th. Can't really see this, but it changes you can change the font so it's easier to see. 35 is 100, but this one was sync. And it was a listing transaction. Right? So let's just say that was it for the first quarter. We're now in the second quarter, so you could do the same thing. You'll see here that this already switched over, so you could fill out. The beauty of it is it automatically pre-fills and it shows you how your quarter stats are doing. So if you want to keep track of just kind of where you're at, this will help you see where you go each quarter. Now, what this also does is you'll see over here where you're sourcing your business. So it gives you a really clear picture about where your business is coming from so that you then can see which months you do what, which months you get what, and then helps you really then start planning for next year or even for the rest of this year, seeing where you're at and going. So as we can see, we have 2 buyers transactions. Sync for whatever reason didn't click through, but you'd have a sync, you'd have your 2 buyer, you have a couple repeats, so 1 buyer, 1 lister, and then this is your appointments. So these appointment ones, so let's just say you met with them January 4th, 2021. The appointment type, it was a listing transaction. This was your repeat client. Listing taken, yes, you took it. Added to database. They may have already been on your database, so we'll say no, because it was a repeat client. And this was Fake Street. Right, so then January 4th as well. You also talked to them about a buying. So they were a past repeat client. It's a listing, so it's NA. Added to database, no, again. And then this was some other street. So now once I get out of this, you'll see 2 past clients in here. Well, how many appointments did I take? How many listings were taken based on the appointment? So it gives you a good percentage. Now when I go back, this is where it pre-fills and shows you where you are to being on track for your goals, right? So I didn't put them to join the database, but if I had, I put yes and yes. When I go back here, it shows now as 2. So I am 5% of my goal to hit my listing appointments. I'm 6.7% for the listings taken, 12. So it shows you where your numbers are for, and then see here, it says your buyer sales, because up here we had another buyer sale, where did that one go? Right, so I might not have deleted something. So this just then tracks it and goes through everything for you. So the system itself is really easy. If you then want to change any of your numbers here, so let's just say as the year's going, you're finding that you're actually only getting 75% of your buyer appointments. Number automatically changes to 28, and now says that you need to do more appointments. So now you know how many buyer appointments that you need and how many buyer sales that you need, right? So you're getting 75%. If you're seeing that you're actually changing this to be 75 and 25, it changes your number quite drastically. Now it's showing that you need 29 appointments because your close rate on your appointment is not nearly as good as it is on your buyers. So you only get 80% of the listings you go on, and then out of those, only 85% sell, right? So this is every time you get a buyer, how many of them buy? 75%. So it doesn't change. But now let's change this to say, let's say 50, your heavy lead gen. And so even closer to 35. now you see this number really increase. So it really depends on where your source of business is. And then this helps you then as you're doing your appointments, so where you're meeting them, as you put in your appointments, it'll give you a really good idea of what you actually need. So if this number is blowing up, but your sale numbers aren't the same thing, then you know that you're not actually closing at the same rate that you think you are, right? Same here if you're on a split. So if you actually on this, it just gives you an idea of what you actually need. And then again, it changes your numbers for you so you can make better decisions. So that's all I have to show you today. If you'd like this tool or some one-on-one training with it, definitely reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to sit down with you virtually or in person, go over the program and really dive into your numbers. Because at the end of the day, your business is really all about who you're meeting and how often you're meeting them. So how are you getting your appointments? How are you converting those appointments? Those are two key things. Real estate as a whole is staying top of mind, instilling trust and value, and following up. So this tool helps you achieve all three of those because then you're getting a better understanding of where you're getting your people so that you can then track and then do your business. It was great talking to you, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I look forward to hearing you more. Like I said, follow us on YouTube for more training content or here on our Facebook page, MaxWell Devonshire Realty for both. Please subscribe. Thanks.